y'all, I'm back with another video. And today is June 1st. It's been 12 weeks since my breast reduction surgery. So 12 weeks, 3 months, same difference. So I'm going to do an update and then I'm going to do a Q&A. These are actual questions that I've gotten from people, people I know, strangers, people on YouTube, and yeah, let's get right into it. So y'all know I have no problem showing y'all my boobs. I'm wearing my shirt. My body, not yours. So I actually put some stickers on it so that you guys could just see my boob without it being a problem. So this is how they are looking. We'll start with this breast first. So if you guys can see, this is the incision on my right breast. It's down. You can't really see the one inside unless like you peel the breast open and it still kind of, it's tender. The one right here, keloid. Lucky me. So this one did keloid. I have started some scar treatment and I'll see how that works. If you look closely, you can see that I'm still healing because for whatever, I think you heal a little longer than they claim you will. But I want you guys to be able to see like the whole thing. My nipple is literally just in that underneath there. This is the top of the incision. This is the down, there's underneath. And then this side, I'm gonna show y'all this part first. Clean, see it? This one is a little raised, but not as much as that one. This one, the scar treatment has actually, I feel like it's been working the best on this breast right here. You can barely see it. That's the scar underneath. Scar inside. And this is what they look like just all by themselves. When I lift my arms, they don't move too much. Before, when I lifted my arms up, my boobs moved high because they was low, so they had to come all the way up. But now, you see when I lift my arms, it just moves a little bit. This is what they look from this side, and those are my new breasts. Okay, so put those away. Now for the questions. Y'all was really here for my titties. I should put my titties at the end. It don't matter, y'all just gonna fast forward till I see a titty. For this disclaimer, that's what I do when I see videos. It'd be like 30 minutes long. I'm like, ma'am, I don't care. Let me see them titties. So I wanted to start this video off by saying that my purpose in like journeying, have you guys go on the journey with me for my breast reduction was because I had seen videos, not many videos were of people who looked like me, who were my complexion. So when I did see videos, I felt like I wanted to be another person, another brown person who was giving you information about breast reduction. I want you to see my scars, see what it looked like on my skin. I didn't know I would keloid, but I did. So I, just wanted to share my story, share my breast reduction experience. I will tell you guys a little bit about the thing that I'm sharing this because this is the one thing that I felt was very important to be said. And when I say nobody said it, I literally watched multiple breast reduction videos. And I remember one video, it was one girl who mentioned that she was sad when she went to take a shower. She was like, you might be a little, I don't know what happened, but one day my feelings, my hormones were off and I was sad when I took a shower. I was like, sure. No one mentioned how jacked up your hormones truly are. I cannot stress it enough. They take out hormonal tissue. When we have a period, ladies, the reason why our breasts swell and hurt is because of hormones. There is no way for them to decipher which tissue when they're removing is hormonal or not. So because of that, you go through an almost immediate hormonal change that you have no control over. I could not control the fact that my period went from 5 days to 7 now. I lost my hair, my nails were brittle, and my emotions just sucked. I was going to do a disclaimer that I might be in my feelings in this video, but I'm not. If you don't want to see me be in my feelings, you can you can go. But because it was such an emotional thingy, I literally went ups and downs emotionally. I went through a period where I was crying a lot. I went through a period where I didn't care, like where I was almost, there were things going on in the world and in my life that I should have been sad about, and I literally could not produce tears. Like it would be stuff that my normal self would have cried about, and I couldn't cry. There was a period where I couldn't cry. There was a period where I didn't care about anything. There was a period where I was sad all the time. And then in the midst of that, there were things going on in my personal life. There were things going on in the world. There was a pandemic. So I want people, women, if you listen to nothing else I say, I want you to know that if you do this surgery, please be prepared, and prepare those who love you for real for that, because you have no control over it. And to those women who've had the surgery and nobody talked about it, I am sorry. I wish somebody had told me, because maybe I would have been able to better prepare those people in my life. Maybe I still have some of those people in my life, but it is what it is. So, first question. What was the first steps to getting a breast reduction? My first steps were, I went to my plastic surgeon. I went to my doctor, my primary care physician, and just told her my symptoms. I told her I have neck pain, I have back pain, I have tension headaches where you always feel like your head is hurting behind your ears. I had the big digs in my shoulders, which thank God, those are gone. Look at that. Won't he do it? I was toting around breasts on my shoulders all day. So I had the digs in my shoulders, and she sent a referral to a plastic surgeon for me. Before I actually went to my doctor's office, she had, I had called the plastic surgeon to make an appointment, and they told me that if I came to them without a referral from my doctor's office, it would be a $50 consultation. But if I went through my PCP, that it would be free. Free, $50. Y'all know what I went. I went free. So I went to my PCP. She had me meet with the surgeon on October 9th of 2019. I went and I met with my surgeon. His name is Dr. Bruce Mast. He's here in Gainesville, Florida. And I saw him on October the 9th. He took some photos of me. He did an examination. The resident did an examination first. He came in there, he looked at my boobs, and he was just like, yeah, those breasts are just too big for your body. And I was like, you don't say. What are you telling me? I'm carrying them around. It's a lot of tits. So from there, he told me that because some insurances, luckily for me, I had a pretty good insurance, but he said some insurances want you to prove that you need a breast reduction. So they like, anybody, if you hear, you've watched other YouTube videos with breast reduction where people have gone to the chiropractor, going to orthopedic specialists, going to stuff like that. But he told me with my insurance, the picture should have been enough for them to be like, okay, seriously, what you doing all in breasts? So about a week later, I got the call that I was approved by my insurance. They told me how much my portion would be. Initially, they quoted me, it was October of last year. So, January things roll over. So she had quoted me about $1,600 for my portion of the surgery. My surgery was this year, so it was 5 months later. So it's literally to the day, 5 months later, so it was March 9th. And my portion was $825. That's what actually happened, ended up being my portion. So my story was pretty easy. Some people's story isn't the same. They have to go through a lot. I didn't. Thank you, Lord. Next question. Did your insurance cover the reductions? What did you have to do to get it approved? Kind of answered that question already. They covered it. And that's what I had to do to get it approved. So this was a recent question that I didn't even know was a thing. Somebody asked me, because she had watched YouTube videos and people had gotten implants with their breast reduction. I'm like, that's kind of productive. I'm taking away breast tissue to give myself a breast implant, but apparently people do it. So whatever. No, my boobs, I did not have look, it moves. It's all me. It's still me. My breasts move. They didn't move in the beginning. It was just weird. So no. She asked me, did I have to get implants to make them perky? No, they're perky without it. This next question was, what did my boyfriend think? He thought initially he was supportive, and he was, like, he understood. I have back pains, I have neck pains. I used to, when we would be together, I would be in his truck and I had to adjust the seat back and forth just so that I can get comfortable, because it was very uncomfortable to sit straight up and then sometimes laying too far back. So it was a constant moving my seat back and forth thingy that I had to do. And he, he realized that it was important for me to get the surgery. So he was supportive. What has he thought since I had the surgery? Long and short is we broke up. So he doesn't know anything about my breasts or anything. So that's the answer to that. To piggyback off of that, somebody one day, because we were going through something, and then eventually, I was so hopeful, and then eventually, it was what it was. And somebody was like, oh, because they watched my other YouTube videos, like the reduction, both of the days. And he was in the video, you can hear him clearly in the video. And somebody was like, she was saying it jokingly, people can be the worst. She was like jokingly, oh, so you just needed him for your surgery? No, you just used him for your surgery. So now that you got your surgery, you don't need him no more. Not only is that a not nice thing to say, it's not true. Because if I can be honest, when I needed him, it was not just that day. It was those moments when my self-esteem was low and I just needed somebody to hug me and tell me I was beautiful. It was when they don't tell you how, because they take your titties away, and for years, a part of your femininity, your womanliness, your whatever you're going through is attached to this thing. And then in an instant, you wake up and they're gone. When I woke up, I was not prepared for how small my breasts were. There was no way I could have mentally prepared for what was going to happen to my body when I had this surgery. So to even jokingly say, and she said like it was a joke, I get why people don't like people, because people are awful. What I could have used a lot of the times was a hug. I could have used encouragement. I could have used, like I said, I could have used knowing that I was still beautiful, I was still valuable, I was still worthy, even though a huge chunk of my womanhood had been taken away. So, next question. Was it painful? Yes. If I can be honest, it's still painful to this day. I have not slept in my bed more than a week since I had my surgery, because when I would lay down, it felt like the incision underneath was gonna rip clean open. So I still get on my recliner at nighttime because, yeah. Have you lost weight? I have. I feel great now. I feel beautiful now. I feel these breasts are everything now. So I am actually pretty okay now. But I have lost some weight. I was at my, like before-ish, I was 212. I'm about 203 now, so I've lost some weight. How are your scars? You saw them. They're scars I don't care about. I had a breast reduction. I went into this knowing I'd have scars. I have stretch marks up to my neck. Like, I can't care about this breast reduction scars. Did I have to get liposuction? That's another thing that I didn't know people were having done either. I went, there was somebody, me and her had like became friendly on Instagram. You know, breast reductions bring people together. Come, hug, love. Let's talk about our titties, because, you know, I was literally recently in a hair store showing somebody, like a complete stranger, my titties, because we were talking about breast reduction. Ma'am, love, Sim, it's everything. So people were having liposuction. I didn't need that. Like, I don't even know where I would have needed a liposuction at. But the girl who I was talking to, she said that they did it underneath her armpits. My boobs are shaped pretty well without it. So, hey, some people do that. They asked me, did the breast reduction make my, like, did I get a lift, or are they perky? Yes, they do have to lift it, because what happened is when I had my other breast, my nipple was facing down. So when they cut and all that stuff, they just reposition the nipple, and then they lift the areola up, and then they cut the areola down. My nipple is, I realized that my nipple is still the side, like my nipple didn't change, my areola changed, because my boob stretched out. So like my areola was like huge, and now it's just cute little areola. How long were you out of work is a question I got also. I was out of work for 2.5 weeks. I went back to work on March 27th, which was a Friday. So the week of the 9th, the week of whatever the next week was, and then the following week, I was supposed to have come back to work that Monday. But when I went to my job, to occupational health, there was still a little oozing from the right breast, because they had to go back in the right breast. So that one hadn't completely dried up. And by the next Friday, I was good to come back to work. And then when I came back to work, I was on light restrictions. I could not lift. There was no lifting anything more greater than 10 pounds for a month. I could not push anything greater than 10 pounds for a month. And then there's no pulling. Like even now, because my incision underneath is still tender, when I'm at work and them patients 200-300 pounds and in the wheelchair, I'm not pushing patients around, because I'm not risking something happening to the incision, because it still feels pretty tender. And last but definitely not least was the big question that most people ask me, would I recommend it? I absolutely would. I would recommend that if you have large breasts. This was my thought process. Would I recommend it? Yes. Why I wanted to do it is because my thought process is that I am 34 years old. At the time I got my went to see the surgeon, I was 33. My thought process was, if I live just as long as I've been alive, do I want to have a 38H breast? Even if my breast didn't grow anymore, did I want to walk around with a 38H breast on my chest? And the answer was no. I didn't want to be 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, lugging around breasts that were that big. My breasts now, they're still not small. That was my fear, is that he was gonna take me down to a C cup. It was literally the last thing I remember before I went to sleep that first surgery. I called him over, hi, because they give you something before they actually put you to sleep. And I remember laying there with my eyes partially open, and I told Dr. Mans to come over, and he came over, and he was like, yes. And I said to him, do not make me a C cup, because C is for children. That's the last thing I remember saying before I went to sleep, because I did not want to be a C cup. I started out in a C cup. Like I went from a trainer bra to a C. It was ridiculous. Like my breasts just grew out of nowhere. And I didn't want to have breasts that small. And if I could be honest, I'm too big for a C cup. My body, she's a little thick. It's gonna look a little silly, the little bitty boobs. So like now I feel like my boobs are proportioned to my body. I feel sexy in a different kind of way, because it's not like sexiness from heaviness of my chest. I actually feel like I have a shape now, because my butt sticks out further than my boobs do, which is what normally happens. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any questions that I did not cover, you can leave them down in the comment section. I reply to everybody, no matter what you say. But if you ask me a question, I will respond down in the down below to your question. Thank you guys so much for watching me. Thank you guys for going on this journey with me. Thank you so much. You guys have no idea how much it means that you guys watch my videos, comment about it, have helped me through this. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, which is now covered by these beautiful boobs. Like, comment, and subscribe. Still feel weird saying that. If you notice, I say it once every 10 videos. All right, bye y'all, have a good one.